Дамы и господа, всех приветствую на своем канале, на связи Алекс. Что, снимаю следующую серию о прохождении игры Vampyr. Вот, собственно, там, где я остановился, продолжаю. Что у меня там по районам? Надо третий район спасать, иначе ему тоже жопа настанет. Как и этому.
It's locked, all right.
Не пойти, ладно. Теперь будем полчаса ходить, бродить. 24 уровня искали, меня вообще уже не пугают. Ну вообще у меня персонаж довольно-таки сильный стал. То есть я мог спокойно гулять по зараженному полностью порту, и мне было вообще пофиг. Кстати, тут же леди Эшбо. Она что-то хотела, конечно. Пойдемте узнаем, что. О, это можно закурить, а надолго поговорить. Хер знает с какого времени, на самом деле. Где-то есть.
Hello again, Jonathan. To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Sorry to disturb you again, but could you spare me?
Of course, my dear. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Concerning your...
Yes?
Are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything.
Do you think we shall...
I know not, Jonathan.
Will you tell me your story one day, Lady Ashbury?
One of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic,
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night.
do you know if the epidemic...
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealth...
But this is no...
That is true.
Goodbye.
Ну давай, уходи, уходи, я хочу твой облутать ящик. Отлично. Еще письмо какое-то. Кольцо, нет. Я не особо почитал это письмо. Там сказано, что, короче, какая-то резня была вот 50 лет назад. Ну и то, что подписал это сам основатель АСКАЛОТа. Финсбери-гейт. Чё у меня опять за отметка стоит где-то, хер знает где. Так, 150 метров. Я на правильном пути. По идее, это вот там. Но туда нет прохода. Закрыто.
I cannot enter.
С той стороны, это, скорее всего, выход с него. Как обычно.
We have to stop it! Shit! Die, vermin! Oh my god!
Так, это типа мне предлагает обойти все это дело. Проливать тонны крови, как обычно. Я делаю. Обычно так кричат оплатившие люди, знакомые. Искали, походу, поехавшие нахер. Там охотники, почему они не подсвечиваются?
Recognize him?
No, this one ain't on our list.
Well, that's one less anyway. It'll make the fun happy.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
А, это тот вампир, который сказал, что он отомстит за свою девушку. Отомстил. Так, я здесь, значит, еще не проходил, раз тут дело появился. Что, мне их надо типа прибить, да? Сейчас, секундочку. Надо сыворотку поменять. Что одна такая, такая. Они одинаковые по смыслу. поскорее добраться до этого клуба тайного. Вот он, похоже.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
This one's mine! Don't kill it! Don't take its head!
Ну, теперь представь, что ты не вампир. Типа вообще жопа тут не стала уже. Вест-Энд. Состояние тяжелое. Это я уже, получается, в 4-ю локацию только что зашел, да? Да. Так, ну этому району, походу, жопа настанет. 3-му. Останется только моя больничка и Вест-Энд. Ну, что могу сказать? 3-й район я могу скушать, тогда более
The ASCALOT Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Так, а тут одни вампиры, да? Так что...
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me.
Wait, no. Why do you...
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young econs. It's a pleasure to meet you. Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother, and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte, when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights.
Good evening.
And good...
Do you need...
I am fine.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been quite busy.
Я думал, надо просто заботиться о здоровье районов раньше, получается, нет. Не только. Так, что за мужик-то? Магазин.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not...
Well, I must admit, it's good to receive a warm...
Welcome, Dr. Reed.
Do you have any
Not since my parents died.
Really? But you...
I'm afraid the real hedonist...
London's lone...
I used that name in my early years when I was a food.
I may have a...
Что у тебя есть? Да, у тебя есть уже вот то, что мне надо. Ну и все, денег у меня нету больше, чувак. Булава сейв. Не нужно. Ладно, потом пообщаюсь со всеми здесь. Сначала надо дойти до этого клуба АСКАЛОТа на прием к самому основателю АСКАЛОТа. Такие дела. Клуб АСКАЛОТ. Что такое? Не будешь скринить?
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Rid.
Не могу ничего выпускать.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Чуваки, что случилось тут?
There has been quite a battle here.
Поселок.
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
У вас окей, чуваки? У вас тут битва реально случилась. Я сначала обыщу все здесь. Обыскивать ничего. Как красиво. Картины, смотрите-ка, все в картинах. Вот это я люблю. Вот это я люблю. А с другой стороны есть такие же. Еще темный меч. Хороший кинжал. Ну-ка посмотрим. Что за хороший кинжал? Крепкий, но короткий нож, который не раскрывал живот противника. А на что вообще? Это на вампиризм, я понял. Так, с этой стороны нельзя зайти. С этой стороны просто кинжал валялся, я понял. Что у нас тут? Где вход-то? Не, вход, походу, все-таки там.
It's locked.
Да ёпста. Только что же вход здесь видел. Да.
Good evening.
Здорово, пацаны. Пацанова. Аристократы. Чеснок.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bancher was no match for him. Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes.
Глаза такие же, как у
The
меня.
lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Вообще, она мне... Ну ладно, не
Yes,
защищай.
she is. I may even say I admire her probity and her kindness. She has helped me since I was reborn.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why are you suddenly so friendly?
Are you referring to Fergal? He was the most useful of servants, but he was just a servant. You, on the other hand, Doctor.
You want me to find possible sources?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
It's of no concern of yours.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely...
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the ASCALOT Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept,
Please ask.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all skulls. Will his death...
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations.
What does it mean?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown.
Am I supposed to follow all...
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members. And I do appreciate obedience.
Do you have any official record?
No. Of course, the ASCALOT...
What is the ASCALOT?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to...
What does ASCALOT mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England.
William Mark?
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
I
Выбора нет.
agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crude...
My initiation.
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, It is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Delightful.
Это было странно.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign econs.
This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down. I was
Good
chased by
evening,
a
Dr.
gigantic
Reed.
falcon.
How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
It's quite unsettling.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested...
May I ask who you are?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah. Vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you a member?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many...
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in it.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information.
What can you tell me?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without...
Are you not afraid?
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first...
So you asked for membership? Is not the nature of this club a secret?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent...
Он, короче, потратил
Mr.
дохера
Dawson.
денег.
Of
Дохера
Dawson
времени,
and
чтобы
Dawson,
вступить в этот клуб. Хотя
the
он
wealthiest
человек.
man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you...
My case is beyond the scope of traditional...
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us...
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it.
What is your plan?
Quarantine and barricades are futile.
But that would segregate the rich from the poor.
Our only course of action must be to save England.
Are you not mistaking
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all...
Ты вроде умный, вроде такой тупой.
We'll talk later, Dr. Reed.
Ладно, давай поболтаем.
That went well, did it not?
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked...
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner working.
You were spying on...
Not personally. I rarely leave.
Who was?
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals are...
You do know?
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied scowls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something...
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, but...
Scowls are malevolent and disgusting creatures.
I knew I was right to induct you, Dr. Reed. You would not dare lie to me on such a vital topic now.
So, what do you want?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You...
I must admit the Guard of Trewen impressed me. They must have spent years preparing their plan.
Теперь я полноценный член клуба АСКАЛОТ. И чё? Кому-то мне это что-то много дает. АСКАЛОТ, это капинус города.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Убежище здесь. Есть хорошо. Твою мать, 56%. Надо туда бежать просто со всех ног.
Women die too in this war.
Оно, походу, еще уменьшается. Я не знаю, как. Но оно уменьшается, походу. Так, мне надо вот сюда. Как минимум. Чё у меня? Ой, гипноза повысился, он сказал. Четвёрка стала. С этой стороны открывается. Нормально, критическое состояние района. Я, скорее всего, его уже не смогу спасти, этот район. Поэтому мне придется здесь всех сажать нахер. Но не всех.
Good evening.
А самых таких неадекватов.
How is the sanitary situation?
When people buy guns.
I'd like to see what...
Так, тебе ничего нельзя купить.
Good evening.
my brother. I can't see anymore. I'm cold. Forgive me. For this time, I really leave you alone in the dark.
Good evening, sir.
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sore.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor.
A doctor? In Whitechapel? What an opportunity.
Do you require assistance?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people.
I want to know everything about the recent...
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people.
Take this as my final warning.
Really? What you gonna do? You...
Что я тебе сделаю? Если я уже начал убивать этот район, потому что ему осталось, тот район сдох. Хотя тут за тем районом я следил. Прям хорошо следил за тем районом. За этим районом я не следил.
Was I that evil to deserve such punishment? My only regret is that no one will mourn me, for I have never been loved.
Good evening, Zhao.
晚上好, Dr. Reed.
How do you feel?
I've decided to follow your advice.
I've noted...
To be complete...
Do you still...
Of course I do.
I know what you mean.
Maybe death will take me the way it took Matthew.
Goodbye for now. Good evening, Zhao Shu.
晚上好. Convince me to live if it was to kill me later. If it was a game, consider it a success, you cruel demon.
Хороший вопрос. Для того, чтобы Единственное, что я не хочу убивать, этого я хочу убить, но я не знаю, где он. Ричард. Художник, точнее, писатель, поэт. Ну, чуваки, ваш смерть будет безопасной. Хочу вас, так сказать, обрадовать. Я благодаря вашей жертве смогу усилиться очень сильно. Так, тихо, тут какие-то ошибки сразу. Где вся моя жесткость?
Not a safe place right now, sir. Step away, sir.
Так, там уже больничка. Хотя я не туда пошел. Это что ж такое? Что вы прячетесь тут? По всем закрою. Зло не спит, зло идет. Зло уже везде, где-то здесь ходит. Ходит в лице доктора Рида. Хороший.
mine.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Baron.
Good evening, Harry.
Sure. Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
So,
I'm not bothered.
Далее, сорян. Ваша проводимость нужна.
Death is so cold. I hoped it would be more meaningful.
Пистолет нашел. Чем такое пистолет?
You again?
Why is your relationship with your son so difficult?
Harry and I are so different.
Why not change that then? If you used your...
How dare you tell me what I should or shouldn't?
You're a bad father who scares his son and his neighbors, Mr. P.
I don't think I like your attitude, sir. In fact, I'm starting to dislike your face so much, I might try to improve it, see?
I'd like to see you try, Colossus Joe.
Never. Harry's complicated. Son, who will take care of him? Was I a good father?
Пидерсону отказали, короче, в этом, ну, в охотников на вампиров. Да вот чел.
Fancy buying?
You never... Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? but you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. And these days, he's just another thug.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug?
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against the wet boot boy.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even.
Without making excuses for him.
We've all had some...
What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends...
What troubles him?
Well, despite being his father's son, almost... I never had any luck in my life. And now I die alone.
Чем чувак, так сказать. Я хотя бы стану сильнее. В общем, всем до скорого. Подписывайтесь на мой канал. Увидимся в следующих сериях. Ставьте лайки, комментируйте. И всем пока, всем удачи.